My bosses here at Chat Sports don't want me doing as many Alabama videos moving forward. They don't think we can even get to 25 subs on today's video. Let's prove them wrong. Tell them to suck it so we can keep doing Alabama football videos for you here, all for free. Hit that subscribe button right now. This is the Alabama Football Report. I am Tom Downey. Some more rumors and news on tap for you guys today. Some recruiting stuff, since that's the main things going on. And also, already a coaching loss that we'll break down towards the end of today's video. We begin with Eddrick Houston, the defensive end, 5-star recruit, top 10 player in the 2024 recruiting class. He's going to visit Alabama on April 3rd. That is the planned unofficial visit for the top 10 player. Houston would be another in a long line of big-time, especially at Buford, Georgia, by the way. That would be a nice addition for the, what I'm sure will be loaded Alabama 2024 recruiting class. I know not many of us are familiar with the 2024 recruiting guys, because why would we be? We normally have lives. 5-star recruit, number 9 overall recruit in this class for now. This is all per the 24/7 Sports composite, and we know how things can often change on that front, and certainly will change. Number 2 defensive lineman at end, and the number 3 player in the state of Georgia. No crystal balls in on 24/7 Sports. On 3, though, does have a fresh batch of predictions. Now, it's early. I would treat this as here are some of the teams that are in the mix, and not like a actual firm and fast. Bama's only got us, as I dropped my wedding like an idiot, 16.5% chance to land him there, Georgia, 31%, Bama, 16.5%, Clemson, Tennessee, Ohio State, then a bunch of schools at 4.2%. I use that to indicate this. They're in the mix for him. That's the way I view this, that they are firmly in the consideration to land another 5-star in the class of 2024. By the way, they already have several of those at this point. So prediction time. How many 5-stars will Alabama end up landing in the 2024 recruiting class? It'll probably be several. They have 2 committed at this point. This will be today's pinned comment. So if an ad break happens to come here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there. Let me know how many 5-stars you think the Crimson Tide end up getting, especially if an ad break happens to come here on YouTube. In the end, the answer is probably between 5 and 10, right? Maybe 4 in a down year. It's Nick Saban. It's Alabama. They're going to get a bunch of big-time recruits. And frankly, the guys end up offering and signing sometimes end up becoming 5-stars, because it's like, well, they probably know what they're doing. So the recruiting service take a bit more of a closer look and get influenced at least a little bit. When UAB gets a recruit, the services aren't going, okay, we got to check in more on him. It's like, okay, UAB's got him, we're probably fine there. When Bama gets one or makes an offer, that's normally a sign-ish pitch. So I'm thinking 5, 6, 7 again for the Crimson Tide. Let's go to a 4-star recruit now, Aaron Butler, who is technically an athlete on the 24/7 Sports composite stuff, but he's being recruited as a wide receiver, so he wants to play a wide receiver, so call it what it is there. He has announced his top 5, his fresh top 5. Alabama made the cuts along with Colorado, Georgia, Oregon, and Washington. No particular order, really, although I will make note that Georgia has generally been viewed as the favorite to land Butler. But there's a great quote from 24/7 Sports from Aaron Butler on Alabama and the recruiting cycle. I have a great connection, Aaron Butler said, with Holman Wiggins. That's the wide receivers coach. I'm building a relationship with him, and he's also reached out to my parents and will text with them as well. So not just recruiting me, but my whole family. Nick Saban is the GOAT, and this next part's awesome. And he actually recruited my dad, Rob Butler, when he was coaching at Michigan State. My dad ended up signing with Pitt, but he liked Coach Saban a lot, and we still talk about that all the time. Alabama has had great success developing wide receivers. They certainly have, and it got to be pretty cool, and also maybe makes Nick feel a little bit old of, I recruited your dad. That's it's funny and also kind of a cool thing, too, at the same time there. His recruiting profile, again, all per the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings. He's a 4-star recruit, number 72 overall, the number 7 athlete is going to play receiver when it's all said and done for him and others out there. And he's number 9 overall in the state of California. And look at this production. Just absolutely ridiculous numbers here. 830 yards, 38 catches, those of you not mathematically inclined, 21.8 yards per catch, which is just obscene production. And it's high school, so it's a bit wacky. I get all of that there. 13 touchdowns, so he's not getting the ball that much volume-wise, but when he does, it's pretty much a guarantee big-time play. So predict this for me. We did acknowledge Georgia's the favorite, but it wouldn't be the first time Saban's beaten Kirby. Will Bama land Aaron Butler? Get those predictions in for me in the comments. Y for yes or N for no. Away from the recruiting side of things here, Austin Armstrong has been hired as the Florida defensive coordinator. So it's the Simpsons gif. I think it's the granddad, right? I think it is. He walks in, takes off his hat, and then walks back around, puts his hat back on. Armstrong was officially announced about 10 days ago. And he lasted about 10 days before, I think, understandably, getting a better job. I get it's Alabama, but that's SEC defensive coordinator at a premier institution, inside linebackers coach. That's not the same when it's all said and done. So I was very intrigued by that hiring in the first place of Austin Armstrong. I'm also not terribly surprised that when Florida comes calling, you take that job. Frankly, I think it's a bit of an under-hire for Florida, but timing was not great from that standpoint here. So it is a quick stint for Armstrong. When he'll now have a Wikipedia, which we didn't when he got hired, by the way. Might not even be on the Wikipedia page. It might just be like, didn't happen. Kind of like Cliff Kingsbury at USC. Not on Wikipedia. It happened, but it's just not on there. He was the Georgia defensive quality control coach for a year, Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns inside linebackers coach, and then Southern Miss DC for 2 years, and Alabama linebackers coach for less than a month. Quick turnaround there. So Bama legend, I guess we can put him in there. This is the defensive coaching staff then, as it sits currently and announced by Alabama. Kevin Steele is the defensive coordinator. Freddie Roach is the defensive line coach. Travaris Robinson as the DB's coach. So there is a role to be filled now on this coaching staff for Alabama. It's just, I have no idea who it'll end up being. I'm sure we'll get wind of that in the very near future.